Hey everybody, it's Clayton from House of Sticks Cigar Reviews, and today I'll be smoking and reviewing Winston Churchill by Davidoff of Geneva in size, Robusto, or Statesman. I am very excited to bring this review to you and launch our initial podcast. Stay tuned as I take you through the flavors of the first third, second third, final third, pre-light draw, and give my final rating. Let's see if this cigar lives up to the Davidoff name. Prior to the light, this Davidoff of Geneva Winston Churchill Robusto is very sweet smelling. It has hints of toasted pecan and toasted almond, with a note of plum. It sits in my hand, and as I gaze upon it and feel the wrapper, it's tight, but it has a slight give. I'm eager to get this thing lit and see how it tastes. But before that, I want to note one thing. I am very partial to the silhouette of Winston Churchill and the man. His silhouette sits on the middle of the wrapper over the Davidoff logo in gold on a white background. It's dotted around with slight circles. But who cares about that, right? Let's get this thing lit. Hey there, and I'm back. I've been smoking this cigar for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and at this point, the flavors are beginning to develop. This is a wonderful medium-bodied cigar on first take. The flavor of toasted almond and pecans are definitely evident. There's also a slight leathery slick of oil on my tongue, and as I lick my lips, it's quite enjoyable. Probably one of my favorite cigars I've smoked in this body range. And at this point, the ash is beautifully even and stacked and layered neatly. And therefore, it obviously is well wrapped and a well constructed cigar. There are also some slight notes of tea, which is similar to the pre-light cold draw that I mentioned at the beginning. But overall, there's just a great essence with this cigar. The label, the name, the size, Statesman. So far, this is a good place I'm in. And I'm back. I've been smoking this now for 30 minutes, and I'm about halfway through this Winston Churchill. It's a lovely cigar, and it's continued to ash beautifully. And straight. No hints of wavering or running off on one end. I haven't had to even light it or even touch up anything. And I've even let it rest for about 2 minutes at a time between draws. It's a great cigar for just relaxing. And today, the cigar has developed from the first third to the second third. Over time, it began with a toasted almond pecan with hints of tea with a leathery body and texture, and a slight fruit of plum. But now it's an earthier. There's still some almond in the taste and flavor, but there's also hints of currant and a little bit more of the plum still. It's just slightly still there. And it's not exactly toasted almond anymore. It's just become an almond taste with slight hints of cashew. But thinking about the texture in my mouth and how it feels, it's still leathery. There's a texture there of leather. It's dry. But there's also an oil slick on the tip of my tongue. It sustains, and my lips also. Nice oil slick. So, at this point, it's still very enjoyable. And I'm going to come back in a little bit and I'm going to tell you If anything else changes, I'm also going to give you my final thoughts and, of course, the best part, my final rating. Okay, and I'm in the final third, and the cigar has become definitely fuller, as I'm now getting that flavor of pepper that's ever present in full cigars. So the leathery body I had in the second third, it's now moved into a pepperiness. Your table pepper, your ground pepper. And I no longer taste the fruity notes, the currant, the plum. I'm still getting almond, but it's only on the initial draw. And at the end of the exhale, I now have this spice. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's like cayenne pepper, so it's a heat. Capsaicin. So, what does this mean? What I think is this is a very evolved cigar. It changes. It has different stages as you move through it and you smoke it. This is a complex cigar. It's great because for a great statesman, politician like Winston Churchill, Davidoff has celebrated him and given him a cigar of high quality. It's well thought out. And frankly, I very much enjoyed this cigar. The silhouette of Churchill on the band, the great, just simple design of white and gold, the Davidoff name. When I think about giving this a rating, I'm definitely thinking of this being a solid, top quality cigar, something I want to smoke every day. So I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5. It's a high quality, classic cigar. Something that I would buy a box of and keep. That's my recommendation to you guys, whoever's listening. So, that's the end. I hope to have you listen again. Please subscribe, like this review. I'm Clayton, and this is House of Sticks Cigar Reviews, and thank you for listening to our inaugural audio review. Hey now, and have a good one.